Right. Button is
Recording
pushed.
now.
Are we recording?
No, I got
Oh,
the battery.
okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're going. Let's
Holy
see.
crap! It worked this time.
Yeah, wait a minute. Training wheels are still on. Let's see.
Oh
Let's
boy!
see. We're going. I swallowed a
Holy
bug.
cow! I don't have anything to see this time
Yay!
either.
YouTube. There you go.
Yeah, dude, it's a kick of the balls, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. So welcome, Zach. We
Thank you.
we have thrown off the shackles of our YouTube overlords and the hackers thereof.
I doubt it, but yeah.
The viral beasties that they are. Yay!
Hey,
We have a viewer. We have two
oh,
concurrent viewers, and
one of my
I'm
wife.
one of them.
Okay, right on.
Yay! Jim
There's one more
Wampler's
than there.
here. Woo!
Who?
Jim Wampler.
All right. Hey, I just got that barbarian today.
Okay, show it off.
All right.
Let's start with Zach's show and tell. That's gonna be we're gonna start naming our segments here.
Back
Uh,
show and tell. Okay.
so it's either Zach's show and tell or Zach shows off his stuff. Either
Well,
one.
this is
I'm
what shows up. This is my favorite title I think of anything come out in a long time. I love the post-apocalyptic title for it's awesome.
I yeah. It's great.
I'm gonna open it up.
You're gonna remove it from its protective coating.
At this point in my life, I was to start doing that on the air just to make people
You know,
follow me.
hey, Kurt Gould is here. You know that a scientific barbarian gives off the same amount of radiation as a banana.
Is that so?
No, that is not so. That is
That's
not
not.
a scientifically
Hey,
accurate
Kurt
statement.
Gould, by the way, f you, Kurt Gould, because I have the stupid everything I buy that has done dries on. You keep making more.
That's pretty bitchin' though.
All right. Oh, hi, Kurt.
Hi, Kurt. I did hear a bit of RPG news. You remember when we went to the Mopop in Seattle,
Yes.
the pop culture place,
Oh yeah,
and
we saw Kurt's box he gave away.
yeah, well, he decided to be a baby and take it back.
Well,
So they had to come up with another one. So who do you think they got it from?
go my heart.
Nope. Come
Uh,
on. Who's the 5e kingpin of the day?
Alex Camera.
Yes. So Kurt has been replaced by Alex Kammer.
Well, at least we know two lawyers now.
Yeah. So now I'm going to feel a lot less bad when I go in there and steal that one because I'll
I
eventually
know
just
because
give it back to
I will too.
Alex.
Same thing. He won't notice beneath everything in there. He's got like a really legit collection. I have as much stuff as just not nice. What's this,
Yeah.
Skeeter?
Hey, that looks like a small separate art booklet.
A separate art book that was sent for a separate price.
Yeah, because there was a problem with the shipping ogre made a mistake and did not include the separate art booklet with everyone's order.
The art is
So
so badass though. It
we're
reminds me so much.
we're going to take that out of the shipping ogre's hide one of these days.
Well, the shipping over actually. I have a feeling. So a feeling that he might have a rage problem.
He does.
Yeah.
He is very
He should go work at the warehouse at Paizo. He needs
uh
to carry more books.
no. No, he should not.
How about
His
Volvo?
days that actually have you been in the warehouse at Paizo?
No, just Volvo.
I mean, that is a legitimate those
It's,
people are working in
it's
that
a distribution center.
warehouse.
Yeah,
They have a forklift.
of course
So
they do.
so they move some product. And if you're in the way,
They're already over.
they will only yell at you once. I know. I have been that person.
Well, did you learn your lesson?
Yeah, and
No, you still here with the back. I don't think you did.
the horrible thing was I was technically a guest. That doesn't
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
matter. Those people are
Dude, I'm sorry.
working.
Yeah, guests don't matter. When a guest show up when you're working, they're like a free target. They get a
Well,
target on my face.
in Paulsbo, if you are a guest, you are on a working visit.
I've been there.
when you're in the warehouse.
My wife's been there.
Yeah,
We spent 2 days packing wrapping ethics.
pack some books.
We did, man. Yeah. So I thought of Ian when I saw this, dude.
Yes.
The Touch Me game by Atari.
Ian just recently got a new picture of a cock to look at while playing the Touch Me game.
Right on.
It was
You know,
a
each
uh,
their own.
it was a
To each their own.
peacock art. It was fine art. I should have brought a picture of that.
Touch Me.
So is this like a Simon game for low budget
I don't
play?
know. There's no battery.
Really? You couldn't get a 9-volt battery
I
to
didn't think about it. No, this is like yes, it's exactly a Simon game, except it's got shittier buttons.
Okay, now before you say any more downgrading and denigrating this game, that is not a Hasbro game, is it?
No,
Okay.
that's Atari.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's cool. I
I got
just
Hasbro
didn't.
wants to talk about it in a second. No,
Yeah, no, I don't want
I'm
to
kidding.
I don't want to slam anything from
No, I
the
know either.
Leviathan.
Streets of New York. Escape from New York. That's the one.
Escape from New York.
Got a TSR, man.
That was if I would have known that would be what the future is actually like.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, super weird. I mean, not 1988 because that's when I got out of high school, but
It's. I gotta tell you this much is that was it Ernest Borgnine was in that? It's the driver.
yeah,
Like I saw him in all these
Cabby.
fancy movies before. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that
I
was
did
funny.
this year the first time.
He would pop up in movies every once in a while. Oh, Jonathan. Hey, and Alyssa.
That's who.
There's only one.
Oh yeah, she that angry British woman.
Yes,
All right, yeah.
she is. I just wish she could figure out how to fix miniatures. Complaining about gaps, that's Bush League.
You know, Matt and I went and asked her about Napoleonics, and she laughed at us.
Yeah. No, she's not helpful. She would laugh at you though.
I
You
should ask Jack.
you should.
I mean, it's not like I ever wanted to steal his organs or anything, so he'd be cool about it.
I I
Why
don't
wouldn't he?
I don't see anything wrong with that. It
If he steals
seems
his
like it would
kidney,
be
your
okay.
ultrasound only lasts half as long.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems reasonable since I've wow.
No.
Hey, check it out. We have direct competition. Eric Tenkar, Bad Mike, and Bill Barsh are on Facebook Live right now.
Well, you know what? It's a good thing they are because I have messages for him, dude.
Yeah. All right. I see how it goes.
They
That
can touch you.
yeah. Well, that'll work out finally for my rant for the OSR versus 5e
Oh yeah, no,
versus
I got stuff for you for that, dude.
third edition versus Pathfinder versus everything else. So
Candy cigarettes will make you feel better. I know they
that
will.
does make me feel better. No, show off the big box. So Zach was a candy mogul recently,
Well,
and
Amazon is not a huge story, but sold a whole thing of 1980s nostalgia candy. Being from the 1980s myself, I recalled much of this candy. I ate the dinosaur eggs though; they were good.
the fact that that stuff is almost 40 years old
Oh,
now,
this is
and
really look Razzles.
uh,
Remember those? Pop Rocks?
Pop Rock's my favorite.
The wax and weird liquid.
Yeah, no.
That's like a book of alchemy.
I am happy to give you some weird liquid, but
I
not in a
bet.
little wax container.
The sour spray, like a kind of like a breath spray, but it was sour blueberry. Super. I'll try it.
Try it right now.
I will.
And this is where we lost Zach.
Yeah. No, this is how I deserve to die, though. Honestly. Never figured out how to open it. I guess I can't have it.
It's got a child-proof lid. Oh, wait a minute. Please don't swallow the lid.
It's not a Battlestar Galactica toy. I can't.
This is how we lost one of our favorite toys.
All right, hold on. Yeah, fine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you look like you're
yikes,
doing great, buddy.
man, that is sour.
Oh
I'll
boy.
keep that handy.
I am happy we're gonna get screenshots of your face after
Well,
that, because
how
that
about I got
seemed
this then?
unpleasant.
Crybaby extra sour.
Okay, have one of those right now.
Why wouldn't I listen to you? Your advice is always good.
I have never steered you wrong, except for that whole becoming COO of Frog God Games.
That little bit is they're not
Yeah,
taking my life over.
yeah, it's small.
Oh no.
It's
Okay.
very tacky for a host to be eating on camera. What is
I
that?
know. It's push pop.
I
Can't say
don't
the
think.
joke I want to say.
Okay,
I
please
really
do
want
it.
to say it though.
Is that a puppy?
I was going to say that this is the kind of thing they should have handed out in fifth grade to everybody. All the people training for more candy. The training for candy. When you need to measure something, you don't have the tape with you. Got
Yes,
6 feet again.
6 feet of gum. But the problem is it doesn't have any measurement marks on it. So
Doesn't
it's
matter. You
either
know it's 6
six
feet.
foot or nothing.
You do 6 foot by 6 foot by 6 foot square. You measure it. That's where you bury those other
You
kids.
can figure out how much reach you have. Pixie sticks.
Damn right. Now it's getting kind of weird in here because you got these. I
Now?
don't know what those are, but they look like beads of some kind.
Oh boy.
Let me recognize those.
Tom,
Zots.
I'm sure Tom Tullis does.
No, he didn't recognize Zots. He recognized something that looked like Zots. There's the push pop again. Then one of them. Ooh, there it is. The super blow pop.
Hey baby.
Okay, baby. Oh, good. They always need a sugar daddy. That's funny.
I think those two go together.
Some sort of taffy thing.
Some sort of taffy thing. We should create candy and just call it
Good. I
some
like the
sort
hot
of
dog one's the
taffy
best,
thing.
dude. The little hot dog.
Yeah, I don't know
Gum,
about
gum
that.
in the hot dog form is just needs a comeback.
Yeah.
Jewelry, and finally, atomic fireballs.
You need to have one of those now.
No, I don't like those.
Really? Jen loves those.
Root beer candy, yuck. That's pretty much all the good stuff. Oh, I was wrong. There's now and later the worst Starburst impersonator ever.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
So basically, you like the spray part of the whole thing when I spray in my mouth with this horrible stuff.
I like it when things spray in your mouth.
Everybody likes it.
Oh my goodness.
See?
Okay, so you had a whole bunch of toys for Zach shows his stuff. So let's get past the candy. What are all the other books you had out there and toys
Well, I
and
have
whatnot?
one really special one I want to go over a little bit in depth. But before that, I was at the store. I thought, they can't make anything new for D&D that doesn't have a logo on it. I was wrong. They made a cookbook, and a very nice looking cookbook. I
So
have to admit.
from what I have gathered from our mutual acquaintance, the Mad Leprechaun of the East Coast.
Oh, you number 2 in the charcuterie contest.
Yes. The recipes in there are pretty good. Like he's
No, they
made
look
some of them.
legit, and it's like really good. Look at that. My wife did that picture.
Seems spot on.
I would right to it. No, I mean this is a real cookbook. It's got like lots of great stuff. So
Yeah, no,
I'm excited.
I think it's fantastic. And for everybody who wants to shit on D&D and 5e, I mean it comes out with
We'll
good
cook. We are
stuff.
cooking, and I'll invite you.
Yeah.
So
Stick
I have
with
to
your
see
Mountain
though.
Dew and Cheetos. You
No,
fucking
they have Elven
bastards.
halfling cuisine, uncommon cuisine. You want to go there?
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
147.
I would never eat it, but you, please
I
delve
would.
into this culinary wizardry.
Deep known Trilliac pods.
That is a hard nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even
Looks
know
like
what that
little
is.
pies, dude. Actually. All right, deep known the same thing. Aha! Surrogate steaks.
What?
Surrogate steaks.
No.
Baravian butterscotch pudding.
No.
Fried fingers.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might do that. All right, hold on. There we go. Uncommon starts with the most uncommon of all, lamb.
So, are there?
Oh man,
Is there a section in that book that's vegan?
hold on.
Because it'll tell you.
Here it is, dude. Arkin the Cruel's flame roasted halfling chili.
Of course.
That's vegan.
I don't think so.
Orc. Oh my god, orc bacon.
As one does.
Yeah,
That is fantastic.
that is pretty damn good. 5 spice kebab for as bizzle chicken, and the hard buckler stew. Nice stuff. Good art. I wonder where they got the art. They must have really spent their budget.
Well, I mean, they have a plethora to choose from.
That's true. Hey, look, a potion of restoration. It looks like it's just blackberry juice, dude. Who knew?
I might be able to do that one.
Yeah, I think so.
So, what was the other cookbook you
Oh, the other
procured
cookbook is
there?
it's a little. You might nope out more, but it's more your style. The Necronomicon.
I'm feeling like they have quite a few fish dishes,
Some,
things from the sea.
yeah, some recipes and recipes and rights from the lore of H.P. Lovecraft.
Tentacular delights.
And so it starts out with drinks like martini, shaken, not Haster. Ooh,
That was a bit of a reach,
you get
but
an Miskatonic?
that one's pretty good
This is
actually.
like a Bill Webb wrote it. This is all- Nog Shalthoth, the liquor at the punch bowl.
That's good. That wins so far.
Herbert West, the animator.
Nice.
And then there's let's see here, the Sunken Moo, the Grape Old Wands, OLDWWONS, Old Wands.
Nice.
The children's section. Oh my god.
Oh boy. Like children as in they are the food?
Stock pockets, yeah.
Shock pockets.
And then okay, so they have soups and salads in the New England Damned Shadow, of course. The Pale Bisque. That's like talking about Ian. Investigator Gumbo.
Did you just call Ian a bisque?
Hey, he's a pale bisque. The kind of color he got.
Think of him as more of a lighter soup than that.
Like a consomme.
Whatever
What's
word
the
you
old
just
pale soup,
said.
beef, Jose? Okay, then you go down to Sagatha Jambalaya. Whatever that comes out.
Oh,
Yeah. Deep fried deep one.
yeah.
Yeah. We go to go. And then finally there's the Shagathalash. Because
Ooh,
goulash isn't good enough.
yeah.
The fate of the elder things. And we got oh my gosh, is that Cthulhu?
Don't say anything that's
I
going to
don't
have
even know.
YouTube ban us again.
Again, probably. But not till I get to the summon Navajo Tapioca.
Narlatha tapioca.
Yeah, but
That is not.
Lovecraft macaroni and cheese is one.
Oh, I want that.
They have a Vegemite Cthulhu.
Well, there you go.
Because Vegemite is what everybody wants.
Well,
They usually have Eric Zahn.
if there are any vegan recipes in there, they will jump up out of the book and tell you
They'll
they're
actually
vegan.
come out like attack you, and then they'll remind you how you should be eating tempa too.
Yeah, I'm vegan.
Yiggy
Whatever.
pudding.
What?
Yiggy pudding.
Ooh, nope.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This looks pretty good. Wilbur Watley's Dunwich sandwich.
I don't think that would be good.
The albino penguin Vin Blanc. It's pretty good. I like it. It made me laugh.
That
I saw this the last time I was at a bookstore, probably ever, was at Barnes and Noble in Flagstaff. That almost didn't make it out of the COVID. Well, almost is almost good enough. So, be rough.
how's the COVID situation in your state there, Zach?
I don't want to tell you because I know what it is in yours. Went out to dinner last night and there's a sign saying we don't require masks.
Yeah. So far, Jen and I don't have it, and
Good.
we're like the last two.
Really?
It's in our county, it's getting pretty bad because we have a lot of people who feel like their rights are more important than other people's rights, but everybody's got the right to choose unless somebody chooses for you.
Hmm.
I'm not bitter
Well,
about it.
I can tell you that some place in this country that's going to go to gunfights. Here, where no one seems to have it, and we all kind of wear masks anyway. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of gunfights over this at some
There's usually
point.
called gunfights in the United States, man. We pride ourselves in those.
Yeah, it's our national pride is having pew pews and stupid opinions.
Okay, so the one I want to talk about for you is this. This was a real find. The World Action Adventure Official Guide. It's a game. It says it's the realistic role playing game for any time period and occupation, any setting, or any situation.
So how is that different than just doing your regular stuff every day?
There's the author.
Who is the author? I can't tell.
It's a guy in a suit, so you don't know what you know.
Okay.
Look like Steve Winter with hair, maybe. No, so basically, this guy wrote this for like a class. He got 8 credit hours of social work degree out of it, and this was a labor of love. There were 4 total books in his line, but this is 1984. So somebody spent the money to make hardcover books back then. He's actually got art in them. The art's not bad.
Well, a very famous man wrote a role playing game called 1984 and just decided to turn it into a religion.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah. So anyway, his name is Gregory Kinney of MS Kinney Publications, and it's a long and it's not terrible actually. It's got a lot of everything in it without any kind of focus, but it has a table on drugs and liquor and women. It's got one on inheritance. It's got a really unfortunate one on slavery.
So go back to the drugs and liquor.
No,
Let's roll on this
hold on.
table.
You want to tell? I got to tell you what it is first. There we go.
What
Finish
what is the dice I get to use?
Hold on. Liquor and drugs coming.
Because I got a bag full of DCC dice, so I can literally come up
Oh
with
boy,
any
here
number.
we go. All right, ready?
Yep.
That would be a D12 to begin with, and then followed by a D6.
A D12 and a D6. All right, so we're gonna get a 1
All right.
and a 2.
Well, dude, I just had more of that in that spray.
Yeah, I know.
It comes out as like a medium, and 2 is it's like a white wine. Way to go. But you suck. Try again.
But was it a spritzer? That's what's important.
Oh, Ned Flanders went down with that one, dude.
Yeah. Oh, that one's gone for good.
All right.
Okay, now we're at 10 and 5.
Oh boy. So that looks like a yikes. Okay, so that looks like an LSD, and the effect was it said it's debilitating. So
That's more on brand.
well, if I was gonna pick, I'd probably pick that one or the opium before that. But I didn't get to choose. It's
Yeah.
not like Matt Finch's tables.
Yeah.
Okay, now do one again. One
Okay,
more time.
wait a
This one do a D40.
A D40.
Try that.
I can't do a D40, but I'll
Do
try.
220. 220s.
All right, we'll do 220s.
You'll like this one.
That is 22. It's almost right in the middle.
I don't want to say it.
Okay.
This is the diseases you can catch that are debilitating.
Spell
You're
it.
very close to ulcer and behind gonorrhea, but I don't
Ooh.
want to say the one you got.
Ooh,
Oh, hey, look. They even. Oh, wow.
that's
Bladder
uncomfortable.
diseases.
What?
Bladder diseases.
Oh,
It's
no,
a
thank you.
realistic role-playing game for anywhere, anytime, any situation. Because they have ninja charts right before it, like random terrain, animals when cows attack. Seriously, this was a special find, and this guy worked so hard on it, and I think it's just awesome. I don't mean to laugh because some of the stuff is really interesting, but it's
Well,
just
you
different.
gotta think it on those tables. Where did he do the research?
Maybe he
I
stole it
mean,
from Matt Finch. Hey, maybe Matt Finch's book.
is this guy hanging out with Led Zeppelin, and or what?
I don't know. He's got a table of modern appliances, and it includes both a toaster and a sewing machine. That's not modern.
It's modern-ish.
And he's got
Well,
a hula hoop and an archery set in the same table.
they could be improvised weapons. We don't know what kind of world this is.
Yeah, he's got a. You roll twice. A cartridge jersey. So that's kind of whatever that must be. Crazy stuff. Yeah, oh boy, racist stuff. My worst thing ever. Jesus Christ. Anthology of World Music and names for it. We're not going to say those.
Oh boy. I have a feeling this is going to get awfully uncomfortable.
Well, I tell you what, we just go back to the easy ones. The percussion. There's glockenspiels, gongs, güeros, and then I can't say the next one because it's insensitive. And then marimbas, and then snare drums, and then finally you get all the way to the xylophone.
Wow.
Yeah,
It,
this is something.
it
This really gives you
was
a slice in time when no one gives a shit about that stuff.
it was a different day and age.
Sure was, because you could ride your chariot into the sewer according to this chart. Very kind of badass.
And to think, in some places in the country, it's that day and age again.
Well, the way I see it is, if you're going to go in the sewer, you might as well go like a boss, right? If you're headed, man, you might as well go like Charlemagne, dude.
I guess.
Oh,
That's
hygienic items. What a nice chart that must be.
oh,
Stethoscope, shampoo, sanitary napkins. This is all random. I didn't even look these up. This is turn the page.
just random.
There's a lot of stuff. He's
Excellent.
got like a. It's really strange that he would, for the maps, they're 3D. Like he drew them like 3D images. So you
Okay.
see like the area. So this is what the area looks like. No
Yeah.
measuring distances and stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was different enough. And then he does some of the things where it's got a little more traditional maps 2D like this. See that map there with the dungeon?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The bottom of that dungeon. No, I can't tell you what that is. It's nasty.
Oh boy.
He's got a character sheet, very little one.
The actors.
All that stuff in just that big sheet.
That is one of the things that is nice, having a clearly defined character sheet
It's true.
in whatever game you're playing. Hey, we have a Levi Combs
Oh boy.
just
Roll on a
hanging
drug chart, dude.
just
Roll on a drug
hanging
chart.
out. Yeah, Levi, roll
Well, 12 and a 6.
a 12 and a 6, Levi. We're talking about drugs in some LSD induced game Zach got.
Yeah. World action and adventure. You know who had this? Was Meinhardt. You know who else had it? Easterbrook.
Okay, now it's all coming into focus.
But I never heard of it at all. But they both had seen it. And of course.
Well, of course.
You know, I could see like Meyer's the kind of guy who'd roll on a thing if he got either diabetes, kidney, or liver disease. As options go. Was Levi roll or not?
Levi got a 3 and a 5.
Well, he got a very strong. Yeah. Oh, got some very strong tequila.
Oh.
Oh, Skeeter got a
Oh.
glass of spritzer wine.
My first one was wine, and I decided to chase that with debilitating LSD, which
That was me.
sounds
That was
about
mine.
right.
Do not take mine, dude. That's mine. So I found this on my desk, but we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, nobody knows about that.
No, but the last thing I got, Skeeter Green, is a special gift, dude. I know
Alright.
you'll be impressed.
All right,
Ready?
let's see this.
All right, it's coming. It's not just a thing. It's
I-
software.
I have
Oh,
no
no.
idea what Zach is going to whip out right now.
Nope, you don't have any idea. It's going to be as boring as it sounds. That, my friend, is a programming basic on your TI-99 home computer. It came in a box that I got at the other place because I have the final version of the calculator here.
You know,
And-
my buddy who lived around the corner from me
It's a
growing up
It's a tape drive.
had that book.
Oh, really?
Yes.
This one right here? Oh, this one.
No,
Blue
the
one.
other one, the programming book.
Right on. Got the touch typing program too. I don't know
So
why these fascinate me that they do. I find them just interesting.
I was so excited when the issue of Dragon magazine came out that had the code in it. It was like
Mhm.
2 pages of code, and I could not make him put it in his computer fast enough. He was
Oh.
like, "Yeah, I'll get to it. Yeah, I'll get to
I
it."
never got to do that one, but we would get the code from like family computing, and not have really a clue, but you spent all morning because you didn't know what parenthesis was called. You had no idea what a bracket was. All the names of all these things, but you just went, and then when you're done, the game was really shitty. Always.
So the weird tech curve my family had was we had Pong
Mm-hmm.
when it came out. Like
77.
we also had the VCR that you basically had to stand on the
Big
keys.
one,
Yeah,
huge one.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
It was
like
low from the top, like
yeah, it was
yeah,
like $800, and
yeah,
you had to go to a place and you had to rent videos and then you
yeah.
had to take them back.
Well, those kind of places when we first started renting videos had a mix of family and other stuff.
I didn't have a computer until like I bought one for myself. It was weird. I don't know how I missed that part of the
Well,
curve.
my parents bought me one because I was apparently not going to do much else with my life at home. I wasn't much of an outdoors kid. I didn't really care much about talking to other kids my age for a while. So a couple of friends and I would program in class. They had a Commodore PET, had
Ah,
no lowercase letters, just graphics on the keys. But
I
anyway,
remember those.
yeah.
It was like typing with hieroglyphics.
So we sit to spend all this time writing these computer programs rather than being in class. And so finally, my parents bought me one. I played Ultima 4 all day for months.
I remember Ultima 4.
See, it taught me moral lessons.
Yeah, on Netflix they have a whole like the history of Atari and video gaming.
Yeah,
It
I think
goes
I saw
through
the first
yeah, it
one.
goes through all those periods. It was actually very interesting to see how they made their progression.
Richard Garriott, who wrote Ultima stuff, he got the name Lord British because he showed up at summer camp and they said you sounded British for his D&D character. He had the sheet still. He was an OD&D character in 1977, and they made him make that character, and that's what he used when he wrote the first computer game, the same name. So being called Lord British wasn't because he's that lame; it's because it was assigned to him. But he talked about how much he loved D&D and how much that influenced him. And then he took a class in assembly language, and he's already written Ultima 3, and they failed him. He got an F because he didn't do it the right way, so he quit school.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
because
like I don't need you.
fuck those
I'm
guys. Yeah, I got a
making $90,000
job.
a month.
Yeah, I got a job programming.
Yeah, my own stuff.
All right, Zach, we are going to move into our small
Serious face.
publishing segment. Well,
All right.
not as serious. Um, we are going to focus on Kickstarters.
Yay.
Bing.
Hey, is this that kid, Barsh kid one that's on the show opposite us, dude?
Well, the interesting thing about this one is while the Barsh Hair is running this Kickstarter, this is actually our buddy who is quite the opposite, Mr. Tom Wilson.
Oh, ah,
So the
I
hair
know
is
Tom Wilson.
supporting the follically challenged, like
Well,
myself.
is it the name Tom?
What?
Is it the name Tom that makes you that bald?
Um, I think it's more of a status.
Hmm.
Tom isn't a name; it's a status.
Because you're not quite a silverback, so you're like almost there.
Yeah, chrome lid. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be a rating.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
we got the
So
triptych, right?
yeah. So 24 hours to go. 24 hours to go. I want to be
That's probably back
sedated.
it.
I didn't even plan that. I'm just a freestyling.
Yeah.
What did you just put in your mouth? You're like a child. Get
I
that
am.
out of your mouth.
No.
Well, yeah, this is we've shown this off before. I think it's great. Raven bringing the noise with her art.
I heard there's a layout chick involved somewhere.
I don't think so.
No, okay.
Did you say a layout chicken?
Chick. I think Susie's working on it.
I don't think you can refer to Susie as a chick.
She doesn't watch our show. No, right now they're all watching Ben, dude. They're all fans of his.
Oh, okay. Well,
You get the patriarchy can rule the show for half an hour because they're
I
all watching Ben.
I just want it on video evidence that I said not to do that. So when she kills you,
Dude, I have video evidence of you doing so the opposite of that to friends of ours who are currently on air, as a matter of fact. I'm not afraid of threats.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about them. None of that actually happened. As difficult as it was for me to get a copy of that video, I don't think you're uploading that anytime soon.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Look at
I
that.
can recreate like a dramatic recreation with puppets.
Hey, you get those guys in a room, I will recreate that anytime you want.
The good news is I don't think I'm playing on that. So
All right, so
go for it. What we
please,
got next?
if you have not pledged or have not seen this, please give it a gander. And
I know I
now,
had Tom Wilson on the brain. I just found this today.
there we go.
Yeah.
Tom is one of those guys that just works
Oh,
all the
I'm on a rant
time.
right now actually because about Tom. You know he's awesome at everything and he writes stuff really quickly. And then Ben Barsh hired him. I've one of our layout people hired them. We had a couple of artists. They were really good. Well, they wind up with Barsh. And then he asked me the other day, "Hey, is Jeff busy?" And at that point, I had to put my foot down and say, "You know what? You can have Bill." He didn't call.
That's awesome.
He didn't ask for Matt either.
We are going to jump
Two.
to our ending soon Kickstarter roundup.
Ooh, okay, we got.
We have, with 17 hours to go, we have Monster Town Folk Minis.
Okay.
That's
Look
interesting.
cool.
This will bring me to my first rant
First.
of this evening.
Then we got one.
No, I said first rant of this evening.
Okay, go.
As we have a couple across the screen here, not all 3D printers are created equal, and not all 3D
Printmen.
print creators are created equal. If you find some prints that are very detailed, look at what's involved because you can find some very wonderful prints that you are very excited that to bring you out of your painting shell because you're not, Alyssa, you're not an awesome artist. And then you print this stuff out and it's one giant globule of plastic that you can't get a brush in between the pieces. The fuck am I supposed to do with that? I'm going to
Well,
have to
not a lot
cut
apparently.
this awesome thing in half and then glue it the fuck back together so I can paint it.
Well,
Don't do that.
that's because they use the slicer wrong, dude.
It had nothing to do with the slicer. It was one model.
I was just kidding. I was trying to use my 3D print knowledge.
Your 3D print knowledge roll was a 1 right there.
Well, no, remember I printed the Rapinatic floor. Lots and lots of Rapinatic floors.
Those are fine. I'm going to show an unusual and rare amount of restraint and not show everybody what model I'm talking about because it's somebody we know. On another note, I am also printing out, complete segue, I am printing out the Death Walker from a Mr. Tom Tullis from Fat
Oh
Dragon
yeah, the new
Games.
yeah. Was it his
And
miniature you're just talking about?
no, it was
Oh,
not his miniature because I printed out the Death Walker and put pieces together fucking flawless. There aren't even parts where it doesn't line up right. Everything looks like it's
stop making him feel better.
spot on.
He sends me really early morning texts of disgusting stuff.
Oh yeah, he sends me that
I know
too.
he does. That's why I can say it without
It's
it sounding like it's an
it's
affair we're having.
awesome, but you know, I
I admire stuff.
yeah, some of these like the desert adventure stuff, extremely detailed.
Well, when he had the one of the guy on fire that made you buy this, we were actually on the air 3 times watching his Kickstarter. The guy in the middle of the flames. You got so excited each time. Has that one showed up yet?
Yeah, no, I just got that one, and that is going to be one thing I did not realize about that. You have to print it all out of like the orange or yellow ABS, and then you paint the stuff on it. So it's going to be more painting than I thought it was, but I'm also going to make it double the size. So it's
Ooh.
going to be fucking
So,
awesome.
and then you can let your wife borrow, take it to classroom.
I'm just I'm going to put them all over the place for
Oh, kind of
Christmas.
like a Johnny Appleseed of those.
Yeah, I'm just going to put them everywhere, and then I'm just going to hand them out.
Well, I
So
think that actually that's a very appropriate thing for you, Skeeter. And if you're going to get arrested for public nuisance, you may as well go interesting.
yeah, I might as well be handing out gaming stuff. Now,
Oh,
this
oh,
makes me interested just because it looks absolutely insane.
is it Shitty Werewolf again?
Those are dice.
I can't see them because we took them off the shirt.
Well, you could look on YouTube.
But then we have another viewer, and it would be a fair viewer. It would be an organic viewer.
All right. Well,
I'm
you
going.
don't get to see.
I'm going. I'm going. God, you shame me into everything, Skeeter.
I mean,
Pay
look
your
at some of this
taxes.
shit.
Don't kill people. It's your own advice.
The Tesseract. Not the actual Tesseract from Marvel. This will not give you superpowers.
I didn't think it would. Well, I got to turn down my own audio here.
But some of these are just amazing. Well, you better hurry up because pretty
I'm heard up.
soon
I got it. I got it. I've heard it up. I've heard it up.
we're gonna be showing something
I'm
off.
here.
You're delayed though.
All right. So now I'm watching me talk to you.
Okay, so we're going back up here. Shot Glass Adventures
Okay.
from Sydney, Australia, because Australia,
Oh yeah.
of
Shot glass.
course.
Well,
The Oracle Roleplay Magazine by the Grinning Frog from York, UK.
okay, I'm already out, dude. He had a grand old duke.
6 days to go. You might like that. Here's another 3D print one that looks, if the thing sections out so you can actually get to it, awesome. Build a screen workshop. That's a cool idea.
You know the problem with 3D printing is like miniature painting is that I know I've met enough people right early on that were so effing awesome at it that when I would do it, I'd be so excited. I had a kind of a looked like an X-wing fighter sorta, and then fucking Bart's making the Han Solo in the carbonite, and the
Right.
yeah, as like he's got a couple of the bounty hunters. I'm like, I'm no way, no
Yeah,
way.
I'm actually rolling my paint stuff out into the living room so I can paint while I'm watching TV. Just because
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to get any better unless I actually
This
practice.
is the way.
And I don't want to practice because I suck at it.
I have to justify the time when I'm in the living room with 5 headsets. I have to use each one, or I'm gonna have to
See,
get my ass kicked.
and here's a dungeon complex that is the Lost Bio Research Lab.
Ooh, that's like a layer of a Tullus, if you ask me.
That, yep. And then we have
They study its essence.
all these crazy things. But what I really want to get to is this particular item here on the Indiegogo.
Oh,
And
is this the one? No, that's
and
all.
I feel like our host, Mr. Zacton Glazerfield, can
That's
speak
me.
to this Orcus on 34th level.
Yep. It's kind of like a Miracle on 34th Street, except the opposite. It's the first high level adventure we printed in a long time. It is John Hook wrote it, and he's pretty accomplished. I'm such a little bubble of my life. He's written all kinds of books, all on these other adjacent nerdery. No idea. I thought he was the first book he wrote was for us. No, he's great. He's effing awesome.
Zach, I have some news for you.
Yeah.
There's a rumor John Hook is going to be on our show
No.
November 25th. What is next Wednesday? The 25th?
Yeah, I guess so.
Next Wednesday, if I contact him, I
All
think
right.
he's going to be on our show.
No, dude, his stuff's awesome. He did Blind and Movable Blade is really good.
Yes.
This one is equally really good in ways that are creepy. The Jingle Skrulls is my favorite one. Just
Excuse
because,
me?
Jingle Krells from the Free Folio. So Jingle Krell is a good form. It's not just a tune anymore. So
Yeah.
that
So I'm gonna have your person, Mr. Barnhouse, contact John Hook's person, who
is he in
is
the audience or
also
something?
Mr. Barnhouse. And yeah, he's going to be on our show, so we can.
Listen,
The thing that's nice is this is still going to be going on next week,
it's gonna be on fire too.
and it's for the holiday season.
No, and it's not just for the. You can
It's
also get
perfect.
How Orcas Stole Christmas last time, which is more of a tale for the youth, with the roast beast and stuff. But this one, it's a little darker, a little bit darker. In fact, you can tell because he's about to eat the person who catches him with a candy cane right there. You can't even see the full piece of art. It's so awesome. In fact, if I had the sharing ability on the screen, I'd show it, but I don't have the ability to share because you're the host.
Yep, I know. It's awful.
It's good stuff. No, this was exciting. We've been working on this for a while. You could tell we're different at Frog Eye because Edwin started working on this back in February with John, and it's just a wonderful art and just great stuff all around. It's fun to do these like this. It's fun to put this one out knowing it'll do pretty well because the last one did pretty well. This one's on fire. It's doing for what these are. The Indiegogos do quite well for us now, and this one's going to do great.
Good. I'm glad you guys are. Frog God Games is relatively unique in using Indiegogo and Kickstarter.
Well, that's because we're like Gordon Gecko. The greed's good. No,
Well, has it have do you find that it works well for the model that you set up? Because all of these Indiegogos are generally soft covers that you
oh,
do in smaller batch runs.
pretty
And
much.
has that been helpful?
Yes, in a few ways. Actually, it has been. One, I think people do like shorter and cheaper items. Before this, when I got hired, we were doing $120 books, $150 books. Those
I
are
am familiar.
those are clever, and they're cool for a few times. You got to carry them, and you got to read them. I mean, to me, it was a lot. It was great reference stuff. Some of the stuff was amazing. But I think that shorter books you could do in a couple sessions if you have a prayer of finishing help, and we could do a lot of ideas we wouldn't normally try because they're short form, so you don't have to go out of your way to go. I'm going to invest $50,000 in this book, right? We do them. We print them really nice locally, and we kind of churn through about probably usually about two a month, one necromancer, one frog god. And I guess announce this because I'm the boss. I can say whatever I want. Starting in January, we have it set up where no more shipping per unit per time. We're going to do more of a you're buying into 12 of them and they get shipped to you for free, probably
So a subscription service, sort of.
more or less. But we're not calling it that because we're not Paizo. No, it's basically a way to save shipping. It's a club.
No, that's a great idea. Without getting into specifics, because I don't want to get into any of Frog God's business practices, with the smaller, and we're sort of not nimbly moving into the small publisher aspect of our Goddammit Zach. Um, do you think with these smaller release runs, it's feasible for someone to do print, or would something like this need to be a PDF only release for a company or a small publisher like one or two person? What do you think?
I can tell you what I did today. I went to go to meet our local print shop that prints these. So I can tell you now that if you have a run that is reasonable, and that we don't overprint these at all, we print them once.
Yeah.
We may reprint them like we reprinted Orca Stole Christmas, so you get it this year. But in general, they get one print run, and then they live on digital. The print runs are beautiful because some people still want that, but we don't make it so we have a catalog. So we do print on demand, but that gets complicated as I keep going because there are differences everywhere.
Right. Yeah, that
So
was
yeah, it's feasible basically.
so that's one of the things that happened with Crypt of the Science Wizard, the hardback books. I have like 12 left out of the first run,
And they're gone forever.
and then those are gone. I have some soft covers with the bitch and cover art, and I will be able to sell those for quite some time. But yeah, until I get enough to do a second run, and I will have to figure out some way to make it different. So the first ones will always be the first run. Um, Second runs of books are tough to figure out.
They are, and the good news is, Skeeter, is that you could do 5 books between now and then, and everybody you have won't remember your first one. They'll buy it again.
Well,
I'm telling you,
one
you
day.
got to plan it out long term, like Matt Finch does.
Oh, trust me, yeah, I got a long-term plan. One of these days, there will be a compiled Crypt of the Science Wizard that's as big as a Frog God book.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome, dude. It's not just a crypt; it's an entire cemetery.
Well,
So
it will actually be the culmination of the Tales of the Black Tower.
that's
So
badass.
yeah, the plan is it's about 450 or 500 pages when it's done.
I used to think that was an impossible number when I was just but 10 years ago. I would have laughed at you. Oh,
Right.
haha.
Yeah.
Uh,
Until you get into the nonsense of the 900 and how many pages can we get before we have to stop?
1196.
Yes,
You know
thank
that for
you.
a
The
reason.
blight.
Skeeter and I converted it to Swords and Wizardry. We were awesome.
Yeah, that was a learning experience.
Grep.
Yeah,
Just to bore everybody, I learned how to use grep because we had to take gold piece. The G had to be against the number for Swords and Wizardry and a space away for Pathfinder because Matt Finch and Greg Vaughn could not get along, basically. That's my opinion. That's what I figured out.
yeah. I mean, there were
There was 1,900 references to GP in that book that has space between it.
there are some ridiculous um, things, just and ridiculous as in the amount in the blight for people who don't know. I mean, that's a 1,000-page adventure, and
And it had 5 more adventures with it
yeah,
in a soft cover.
when you're going through it, trying to get the proper. So one thing for small publishers is trade dress is basically your product identity, how it looks. And as much as a lot of people don't care, that kind of
That's trade
shit
dress.
has to be fucking consistent. You can't have it look one way on one page and have it look another way on another page. And it is the most tedious part of the job when you have the PDF blown up full size as big as your screen will be because you're looking for spaces that are extra in
Yeah.
layout. Oh my god.
Yep. And they show up when you don't least expect it, and it sucks.
And I for some reason I turn out to be really good at finding those things that just look odd. I can go through and catch them pretty quickly, but sometimes, it's like I'll look at a PDF like I've done, or, it's a layout proof, and I'm like, is that spacing slightly off? It looks weird to my
Is
eyeball.
that kerning not quite right?
Yeah, and 9 times out of the 10, it's just like, no, your eyes are tired, or just straight up fuck you.
No.
But every once in a while, it's like, oh yeah, okay,
You'd be
it's
surprised how sensitive your eyes are if you never heard the terms or even thought about the fact that you can switch letters. You can see it. And it's a trick that new users of InDesign often use is to make that last word fit. They'll squeeze just a bit, thinking nobody would know.
yeah.
Then they have Edwin be their guy to read it. That happened to this guy I know. He got caught kerning and Edwin was pissed.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy because and what's even worse than that is if you try to use a font that has, if you want to go away from, Times New Roman in your book, which is not shitting on anybody who chooses to
Don't do
use it.
that.
If you want to use a font that's clever, go through and print out all the letters of the font, because if you end up having to put some numbers and your numbers are all fucked up,
Or check the alternates. Yeah.
like a 1 is in the sentence below the the,
So it
the
has a
line
weird
you want it to
riser
be in.
or descender. So it's
Yeah.
almost at the top of the yeah. It's we like to call that use Times Roman.
Yeah. The
New
amount of
Roman.
time I the amount of times back in the Frog God days I had to ask Chuck, can we change the font just for like one letter
And he
or
said, like,
one number?
absolutely no problem. Way to go. That's a good idea, Skeeter.
Yeah, that is not at all my memory of that. You want
What else
me to
can I do
go
for you,
through the
Skeeter Green?
book and do this whole thing? Because it just looks weird. Like you have a lowercase e that's in between the two lines of text. And it's like, this looks
I
ridiculous.
exist to serve, is what he said.
Yeah, that's not that is not my remember. Uh yes, Mark. Oh my god, punctuation. What is fucking awful is when you try to do punctuation or you put some kind of symbol like if you're doing something fancy usually in like a player handout and
You
it
have
turns
like
into
a
ASCII
fancy hyphen.
text. It's just some weird blob and it's like or it's in your PDF, it doesn't come across right and you're doing the proof with the PDF and it's like, why do I have a hieroglyphic right there? What is going on?
It's because you thought you were doing the Spanish upside down exclamation point. It turned out to be hieroglyphic or some
Yeah,
ripoff.
and you just end up with so please small publisher wisdom
Font
for you.
responsibly.
Yes, please font responsibly.
Don't
Um,
font around.
yeah, and be aware if you're going to be one of those people and you want some color in your background and you don't want a bright, brilliant white background, that if anybody tries to print that, you're screwed.
Print that on the paper. Make that paper your background.
Yeah, just use a different colored paper.
Because doing color on pages that actually becomes complicated beyond me, but the dot gain and the way the ink actually gets sucked into the paper itself becomes very complicated. While you pay these people lots of money to print it for you.
Okay,
So
we actually have some really great advice in the YouTube chat from Mark. Excuse me.
are we told to stop the show and get cancel
No,
ourselves?
he has some tricks when he's self editing so he can see things and make sure, there's please read the chat. Other people are far smarter than Zach and I mean, I think we kind of prove that every episode. But
Actually, is a good idea.
when you are a publisher and you are trying to self edit, which is you can do it for a first pass, but don't edit your own shit ever. Always have another pair, at least one other pair of eyes reading your work.
And it's tough because Frog Eye we had like six when I first got hired. We'd miss stuff all the time, and we'd all look at it like legit take a look. And I'd be the last guy looking like, hey, there's two player maps in a row. You
Right.
don't see it because you're so used to it. So
Well, yeah, Zach, let's talk about maps for a minute. Let's talk about the Rappahatnock maps.
I'm gonna rage quit right now.
You're just gonna leave.
Yeah,
Um,
that's it. I'm out here. No, yeah.
so Zach and I did all
132 of them, but when we used 100 of them.
yeah, 132 maps for 5e Rappahatnock, and just going through and cleaning them up and making sure room numbers matched and
Adding a
clarifying.
texture to it, make sure the font was correct. They're always capitalized the same way. If we saw a rainbow bridge, we paint a rainbow on it.
The amount of time we had to go back and forth between maps just because the way it's referenced in text had to match the title of the map and the numbers set up. It was a nightmare, but he was a trooper and he let me make all the changes because Zach was running the Photoshop board.
It was instructive. Actually, I was getting pretty quick at doing quick masks and changing. You get like a
Yeah,
routine behind it. And Skeeter would tell us to do something. He'll be done speaking, and I got it. That's done.
yeah,
That's where we got the title of this from. God damn it, Zach, because you got mad at me.
yeah.
'Cause I
Because
already had
because
finished.
we would share screens and I would because it got to be it was taking too much time for Zach to do something, send it to me look at it, write notes, and then tell him. So we just opened it up, and I would say, all right, About 2 inches down, over to the right. Yeah, that room. Change the text. It needs to be,
That says
and
beholder.
yeah, yeah, we had that issue, and I think it still does in a couple places, but it may not. I don't know. But the maps are actually where the numbering font got to be a problem
Yes.
because we had a cool font, but if you get to certain
But the
numbers, it was
nines
like,
didn't look enough like unlike the fours, and they had the center that went too far. I still remember them like yesterday, Skeeter.
and one looks too close to a seven, so
Which could be
17
a
and
lowercase L.
11 and 7 and 1 all looked the same. And I mean, it's good and bad for something with that many maps because over the course of that many maps, little imperfections you don't see and it's cool, but you have to have consistency
You
over
have to
a
be able to read it.
lot more stuff. So, anyway,
Yeah, don't do maps either.
we are at the 60-minute time limit. I do want to let everybody know for GaryCon, Zach and I are going to be doing a small publisher seminar, and we are going to do it Brady Bunch style. So we are going to have a bunch of people who are small and medium size
Are
publishers.
they a good bunch or are they the same bunch as you though?
I'm trying to get a different bunch, and I'm trying to get some people who aren't normally in it. Like, I have my eye towards getting one of our layout folks to actually speak about layout. Um, we're going to have at least one or two art people.
You need an editor type person, someone who that comes from that angle.
Absolutely not. Those people are awful.
Oh man,
No,
I can't believe you said
maybe.
that. You hope you cross yourself.
So yeah, we are gonna do that. We're gonna put up a time slot. I think we're probably gonna do 90 minutes. Because when you have 9 people, just an hour is not enough time for people their uh, to get their
They
point
usually wind up
across.
being a lot of fun. We get some really good
Yeah,
questions. It's not. We don't do this show there. We actually do legit stuff. We tell
yeah,
you stuff we actually
we
know.
do it a little bit more professional. We try to do it early because they have actual like freelancers from WotC that go and give advice later, so they can
Yeah.
dispute everything we say,
Go
which is a
go
train
hear from Jeremy
wreck.
Crawford. You know,
Oh yeah, I'm
Skeeter,
totally gonna have Jeremy Crawford as the center square in my stupid small publishing thing.
I'll raise your Jeremy Crawford with my Team Cast, dude. I'm telling you, heroes are on
Um,
our side.
I would just set it up and then bow out and let them talk. Like, I have nothing to add to
It's
this.
like an episode of Robot Chicken.
I am the negative integer in this equation.
You picturing the negative? I've seen it. Everybody reaching the gap from old new school. It'd be like friendship, dude. That's what I saw.
Yeah. All right,
All
everybody,
right.
we're gonna go.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Skeeter Green.
Will Mr. Zacton Glazer,
Yep. Bye.
Zachariah, touch.